Alright, what is up guys, it is Storm back here with another video, and in this one, I am bringing you Mightless and My Hero Academia Story Part 9 by the Mysterious Banana. And if you want to check this story out for yourself, the link to it will be down in the description below. But before we begin, if you like the content you're seeing, why not subscribe, like, and comment? I mean, they're all free, so why not? If you want some dope channel merch, the link to that will be down in the description below, and if you want to see more of me, go check out my other channels and go follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which will all be linked down below. But without further ado, why don't we just dive right on in. People ran rampant across the streets, fleeing in panic, like ants abandoning their anthill during a flood. At the source of all of this, cars were sent flying, laying waste to nearby civilians. While illegal usage of quirks were a common event, something of this scale was rarely seen, and as the police forces sent in to suppress the assailant, calls of reinforcements were made, as the numbers dropped like flies. A warning was issued around the city block. It was a villain attack. A certain crystallization quirk user had just smashed open a limousine and the man inside was running out, attempting to head to safety. Suddenly, the crystalline golem of a man grabbed the guy by the neck and stared him down the face. "Remember me, Yashi?" he asked with a gravely voice. The face attempted to decipher who he was. No clue. No, but if it's money you want, I can give you some, he replied with a fearful tone. The man seemed pissed off towards his attitude, which tightened the grip, squeezing blood out of his mouth. "Oh, so you don't remember me, huh? Employee of the month ringing a bell?" the man yelled at him. Koyama? Oh my god, listen, if it's about your daughter, My daughter's dead, and quit the act. I know you're not sorry, Koyama yelled. All you had to do was pay my daughter's medical bill when your car crashed into mine. But no, you insisted that was my quirk activating when I tried to protect her that broke her spine. The golem continued to tighten his grip. You then fired me, filing a lawsuit. And I lost my job, my daughter, wife, even the house, all those years of work. And for what? Stop right there, villain, cried a familiar voice. It was Kamui Wood, the pro hero with a wood quirk. Reaching out with his wooden vines, he stunned the villain, forcing him to let go of the hostage. With the villain stunned and unable to move, Kamui turned around to bask in the glory of success as civilians rushed in to take pictures. Just then, we hear the villain mumble something in the back. "Alright, just like the kid said," he whispered to himself. Reverting back to humanoid form to escape the entanglement, Kamui noticed him escaping and charged towards him to knock him out. Suddenly, Koyama punched the limousine's gas tank, spraying gasoline all over Kamui Wood right before he could reach him. "Ah, I got into my mask," Kamui yelled, as he tried to wipe off the gasoline. Koyama took this opportunity to pull out a lighter, which Kamui saw out of the corner of his eye. Kamui's pupils dilated as the lit lighter was thrown at him, setting him ablaze. The hero squirmed in pain as the villain reformed into the crystal golem form he was in and pounded Kamui to the ground with the barrage of fists. "And pause," Nezu said, pausing the recording right as Koyama's fist met Kamui's face, before turning around towards a large group of pro heroes sitting at the round table, whom he was showing the recording to. The heroes at the meeting cringed at the sight of Kamui's face caving in. Nexus got off the booster seat that allowed him to reach the screen in the first place and turned to the group. "This is just one of many cases of a hero losing because of their quirk's weakness getting exploited," Nezu explained. "There are many other examples. Jet, Standstar, Fourth Kind, L'Oreal, and even Sirius were recently hospitalized due to the same reasons. Out of these heroes, 3 of them quit afterwards, traumatized. They just got cocky," Endeavor said. "So, why are you telling us this?" Midnight gave Endeavor a mean glare. L'Oreal was a former 3rd year from Yuuei. I trained him personally and called him my #1 pupil with pride, Midnight explained. "Those were not the only heroes that were beaten by villains," 13 explained. "A recent graduate from Kebitsu Academy was killed in action in front of my own eyes." Several heroes turned to him. "So you knew?" they yelled in unison. 13 nodded. "I've hardly seen many pro heroes lose to common thugs. But the thugs that time were clever. They used mirrors to use my partner's light beam quirk against him. I thought of it as a tragedy. I was unaware such things were happening on a large scale," 13 explained. "What seems to be the cause of it?" asked Best Genist. "That's what I came here to discuss about," Nezu explained. "Whoever is behind this, he must have some sort of connection to us heroes. Meaning, we might be dealing with a new, powerful enemy here. Are there any connections with the villains who beat the heroes? Izuku asked. None that we know of, hence confirming that we aren't dealing with an organized group, rather an information provider, Nezu explained. Like a carrier pigeon, Edshot said. Exactly, Nezu said. Suddenly, at the other end of the table, All Might spoke up. Is there any chance they might know personal weaknesses of heroes, like personality-wise? All Might asked. There hasn't been any confirmed case of that happening, Nezu explained. So, what are we gonna do about this carrier pigeon? Endeavor asked. Simple. Unmask him, Nezu explained. Endeavor slammed his fist on the table with an eager grin. Consider it done, Endeavor said. I will avenge my former student, Midnight said. And I will avenge my partner's death, 13 said. Suddenly, a loud explosion was heard downstairs of the building. What was that, a villain attack? Endeavor yelled. Suddenly, a staff ran into the room with a hint of panic. Mr. Nezu, there's a group of villains downstairs who's attacking the building, cried the staff. What? Everyone yelled in the room. Downstairs, several staff managers were found beaten and unconscious as groups of men flooded the building and started to open drawers, searching for hero documents. At the center of it all lies a man in a pimp outfit. A pure white tuxedo, contrasting his black skin and afro as his disco-like outfit was lined in gold. Alright boys, just a few more of those documents and we'll be rich, cheered the man. Suddenly, several men were sent flying as the pro heroes entered the scene. It's the pro heroes, yelled some of the grunts. Don't worry, we prepared for this, the villain group leader said. Midnight sent several men flying with the crack of her whip. A few of them pointed guns, but fell victim to her quirk, sonambulism. Just then, she felt her gas getting sucked away. She turned around to see that they had activated the AC, and that her gas was escaping through the vent. Before she could compose herself, one of the gunners got up and shot her in the abdomen. Ha, that Mightless kid wasn't kidding. She really is vulnerable without her gas, said the grunt. 13, seeing that Midnight was in trouble, activated her black hole, sucking several grunts her way, but some of the nearby bystanders were getting sucked in as well, so she was forced to deactivate her quirk. Just then, one of the grunts used the momentum gained from getting sucked towards her by the black hole to tackle her down and lodge a knife into her shoulder. Suddenly, almost all of the grunts were taken out in one strong air blast. Amongst the rubble, a lone, muscle-bound man walked amongst the debris. Never fear. Crap, why is he here? The leader asked. We were having a meeting when you attacked. Bad luck, buddy, President Mike said, standing over what was left of his men. For I am here, All Might said. The villain leader, seeing that he was outnumbered, ran for the exit but was stopped by Izuku, who tied him up with his weapon. Damn, if only I had timed this attack better, we would have enough documents. We would have been able to get your weakness, the leader said. So, I guess you're the one providing information to other villains, All Might asked. No common thug would be able to injure two of the top pro heroes after all. The leader laughed. No, buddy, you got it all wrong. I was in fact his client. You see, we were planning to do a trade. I would trade the personal info of 5 top-ranked pro heroes for your weakness, All Might, explained the leader. All Might's pupils dilated. What? Yeah, I too was shocked that you even had any weaknesses, but that's what he told me. In exchange, in completing the mission, he was gonna give it to us. We even paid a huge amount of money to get info off several pro heroes to prepare ourselves. We planned for everything. If only you didn't have this meeting, explained the leader in frustration. All Might clutched his fist and picked up the man by the neck. Who is this provider? All Might yelled at him. Calm down, All Might, Endeavor said from behind. All Might realized his mistake and dropped the villain. Sorry. I lost composure there, All Might said, walking away. Just give me a second. As the news reporters arrived for live interviews, All Might was long gone. He reverted back to his normal form and slipped away unnoticed. He couldn't believe someone knew his secret. But who? As the situation settled, All Might left and went home. However, unbeknownst to him, he was being watched. Oh, All Might. I can't wait to see your face once you find your answer, the scout said. Oh, Izuku, eyes on the prize, a familiar voice said as Endeavor walked up to him. You got the documents? Izuku asked. Yup, Endeavor said, whose body melted down, revealing that of Toga's. Great. One step closer to defeating these heroes. And so, our duo manages to once again slip under the hero's radar, as the name of Mightless remains a mystery to the world. 愛してる